Hey everybody, Rachel here, Rach the Stamper. Today we're going to use the Rolling Waves, so stamp and dies. And I've heard that they put the Rolling Waves on the title here instead of putting the dies up there. I think they changed it, but these are from before that. So hopefully that's helpful, because otherwise you're like, what is this? These are how I keep them now in my folder. And I've been keeping all my scraps in there as well. And you can see this is a card. Actually, Erica Serwin designed this, and I revamped it or copied it or whatever you want to say. It's a really cool card. I did a lot of these though because I thought they were really, really pretty. So I keep them in a folder now. So in my Stamp and Storage clear folder, and then I put these standing up. So I've had to do it this way to be able to find which stamps and dies they are, but now they've changed this. So I will let you know. I did order some Halloween stuff, so that will be coming shortly, but just as a little tidbit, so we're going to be doing a lot of die cutting today. There's a couple of things that you can change if you want, and I'm going to explain it the best that I can. But basically, when you're cutting these pieces, I'll tell you what you need. You kind of can eyeball them because they will turn out differently every time. And between, just to show you these two up close, this one I actually used vellum for the top layer. So you could do that if you wanted to. So kind of more for that different texture, different look. But you just want to make sure it's big enough. So this one was just a little bit too thin, so it cut off, which isn't a problem. But if that bothers you, you would want it to go all the way. You could always pull it back a little bit farther on your card. So when you're cutting your piece, this piece here, you're going to cut it across with this regular straight die that just does the edge. So when you're doing your other pieces, if say you cut something a little bit too short, you can back it up a little farther so it comes to the end, and then you can cut it off. But it's a pretty flexible card to make. I would just say that when you're making it, if you don't like the way things are lining up or you cut something too short, just back that layer up on the edge a little bit, and that'll make much more sense once we get started. But I wanted to recreate this with black sand because she was talking about, she created this for a Hawaii card, and they do have black sand beaches. I tried doing it with black, I tried doing it with basic gray, but they just weren't the right shade, and it almost made it look too dark, and it didn't really give you that black beach feel, if that makes sense. So maybe you could try it with the two-tone cardstock, but the only thing is that cardstock, in my opinion, is entirely too floppy for a card base, and that's what I was going for. So I wanted to do it with a black card base, but it just did not end up looking the way I wanted it. So if I happen to fool around with it a little bit more and I get it, I'll post a picture of it. But or if you get it, I would love to see what it looks like. So we're actually using pecan pie for the base. That's what Erica used as well, so it was really cool. This is Pool Party. I have two pieces of Pool Party. I'll show you those as we go along. You will need some white for your foam, or for the top foam, or you could do vellum, whatever you prefer. I'm probably not going to do the seashells this time, but I did the seashells and crumb cake. You're going to also need the pecan pie ink to stamp. So we're not going to do that part until we get along into this a little bit. So I'm going to show you. I might do a couple little shortcuts just because it is a little bit of die cutting. You do need the smaller piece. This is going to be for your back layer of water. So this one is already cut. And you also need this piece here, which is your white. So I already have that one cut. That's the topmost layer, or you could use vellum, your choice. So I'm not going to do that one. And then this piece, which is the bigger die, we're going to actually cut that out of the Pool Party. So I am going to cut that, and I'm going to show you how to do this layer here. So let me just grab that other piece. So you do need the bigger one. So this is this piece here. Okay. Put this back. I think that one goes here. And with these dies, I feel like you do have to put them onto your magnet sheet in a certain way, or else they don't fit correctly. So what we're going to do first is we're going to go ahead and die cut this, and this piece is going to layer right onto our corner. So you can kind of take your base piece if you want to, and remember, we're not going to glue anything until after the fact because we want to make sure that fits. And I should have scored this, but I forgot. So we'll just do a fold. So you're going to have this piece, so you might want to eyeball where you put it. So it's going to go here, and then you want it coming kind of across, like the wave is coming onto the card. So you can kind of eyeball it and just die cut there-ish. So we're going to start with that, and then we'll go from there. I would suggest doing the die cutting first and then adding the ink afterwards, because if you decide to ink it ahead of time, it might not be in the right spot. So you're going to have this little piece because it doesn't cut all the way. So you're just going to trim that off. So this one is going to go onto here, but remember, we're not gluing anything yet. So we're going to have that on there. This piece is going to go underneath, but we're not going to do that yet. We're going to wait. We have this piece now that is going to layer. If you can see this underneath here, so it's going to kind of go across. So we're going to just put this, so it's kind of going across-ish. It doesn't really have to be perfect. It's not going to fit edge to edge, and if it doesn't, what we can always do is, like I said, move it back a little farther. So I'm just going to run this through. I am going to put this through back and forth because it does have a lot of little pieces. You could also run it upside down so it makes more contact with the actual die cutting portion. If you ever have a die that won't cut out, or it's really, really detailed, if you run it through your die cutting machine upside down, it makes more contact with the cutting plate, so it gives you a better cut. So for example, now you can see what I mean about this. If you put it there, it's going to kind of be a little bit cut off, so you can always move it back a little bit is what I was saying. But we're going to go ahead and stamp these two pieces for now. And I'm going to put this on the side. We don't need that or that. So I have the large and the smaller wave portions for the card. So we're going to just do Pool Party, and we can also do Coastal Cabana. Kind of just depends on what you want to do. And I'm going to grab my little scrap here just because I don't want to have to clean up this before I move on. So we're going to just stamp off. You can kind of move it around if you want to. You could stamp at different die levels, but you just want to add, now most of this is going to be covered up, but you want to be able to see through part of it. So that's why this little square piece here, I'm not really too worried about it. And we'll do the little one for this. I know it's kind of hanging off there, but we're just going to do the best we can. Turn it around. Just adding a little bit of color on the back parts as well. That's pretty good. We are going to use that again, but not till we get to the inside. So here are our pieces that we have so far. Move these over. So we have our bottom, or I'm sorry, this is our top piece, which matches perfectly with this one. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and glue this on, and then we'll layer these together. I think this is one of the coolest layering pieces that we have. I really, really love the dies, and it has, if you ask me, a lot of versatility in how you can use it. You could use different colors. I've also seen one that I actually borrowed from my friend with the kayaker set that we used to have, and then the waves. So they're like riding the waves in. That one is one I want to work on. So once I get that finished, I'll let you guys know. And then same with this one, we're going to kind of just glue this so it adds underneath here. So it really doesn't matter. You can line this up however you want. So I'm going to just put some glue on the edge here, and we will trim where we need to trim. And we'll see how we want to line this up. I'm going to do it so I can get the most out of it for space. So mine's going to be a little bit, you can see it's really just barely to the edge there. A little bit frothier. And then before I do any other gluing, I want to show you one other thing I need to do. So what you're going to do is you're going to eyeball this. So this is approximately, now granted you can see we're going to need to do a little trimming here because it's sticking past, or you can always pull it back if you want to, but we're going to put this here approximately. We're probably going to put this here-ish. So now we're going to add in our little dots, and I did forget to get that color out. So this is just like where your wet sand would be if the wave had already washed up. So I'm just taking my little dot pattern here. You can kind of turn it to vary it. And then I'm going to just slide this back just a little bit. That looks good. So I just added in some of that. Now is the part where you're going to glue this on. So glue these two layers together. And then we're going to trim it before we actually adhere it to the card. So make sure you get all the way to the little edges, even on these other things, because you don't really know where you're going to go with your trimming. Just a little bit back here in the back. You could also put adhesive sheet on this if you wanted to, if you were afraid you wouldn't be able to get all of it, but it's really, as long as you have like a couple little dots here and there, you should be good. So I'm going to take this off of the base because we're going to, again, we're just kind of eyeballing where we want this. You can go up, you could go down. I'm settling with right there. There are some little tiny glue spots that are showing through on the top. They will dry, but I just kind of spread them out because they will hold whatever little pieces back. So now you have your card, which is great because we're almost done. We're going to trim this off before we adhere it to here, and then we might have to do a little bit of doctoring. Because this is a hard corner, I'm just going to take my scissors and just kind of soften it a little bit there. Same with this one. So kind of just rounded those little bits out. And then I'm going to go along the corner, just snip these pieces off. Just like that. So now you have this. Now this is a little weird right here. I'm going to just do a little trim. So now when we put it on, you can see, okay, you got this little piece here, but everything else looks good. If you didn't like it, you could even back it off because we can always trim on the bottom, but I like the way it is. So I'm going to make sure I put enough glue that this is not going to fall apart because you have about 4 layers of cardstock here. Even though they're kind of in little bits, you still have 4 layers. So you want to make sure you give adequate glue, especially up to the edge. Now, if you decide you're going to add your seashells and maybe some pieces that are peeking out, I wouldn't put quite as much glue there or have them ready so you can tuck them right in. But what you're going to do is you're going to just set this here, bring it to the corner. Just make sure it looks like it lines up to the edge, which it does. The only thing we are going to take is just this little tiny piece, and then that's it. You could also, while you have it, if you wanted to, or while it's wet, you could add a little bit of shimmer pen. Let me see. Oops. You could add a little shimmer pen to that. So it kind of gives you that little sparkly effect of your foam of your wave. Like that. Okay. And then we also are going to need our inside panel. So this is a full sheet, full layer, full panel layer. Words are hard. 4 by 5 1/4. So I'm going to just take this and I'm going to do Costa Cabana, but I'm going to stamp off. Now, being smart, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just peel this off for a second, because since this one doesn't make full contact and we want it to make full contact, I'm just going to move it over. And then what I'm going to do is take this. Oops. I should have pressed it down, but I was being impatient. So I'm going to ink it full, but I'm going to stamp off because it's just a little bit too much. And stamp that. Okay. And then I have, on this one, I did just the seashells. I'm going to go with the Calypso Coral. I like that a little bit better. And grab my other, I'm having too many stamps. And then the sleeve. Well, I am not sure what I did with my stamps. They were here a second ago. All right, we'll get back to that in a second. The other thing I need, I need my sentiment. I did do this. Here is my sentiment. So I have a little tiny scrap here, and I'm going to do that for my sentiment just to make it stand out a little bit too. Okay, hoping your day is perfect. And as soon as I locate my daggone stamp set here, well, I don't know where it is. I mean, I literally just had it because I pulled all the stuff off of it. Guess it's hide and seeking. I am going to put some little starfish here on the end, but we'll just glue this in the meantime until I can locate it. I'm sure it is right under my nose. And actually, I am pretty organized today, so I don't really understand where it could have possibly gone, but it's okay. Then I have this. So what I tend to try to do with these, since they're so tiny, is I'm going to trim it down. So I'm going to try my best to follow right close to the words without cutting anything off. Looks pretty good. I'll see if I can get a little bit on this side. Good. And then I'm going to trim to the end of the perfect. Okay. And super close. It's a little bit closer on this one. Okay, and then I'm going to go in with my little snips because they're a little bit easier, and I'm just going to pennant the end. That's good. And then just a little bit of glue. I'm pretty sure as soon as this video ends, I will locate what it is I'm looking for, because that's pretty much how it works for me. And there it is. We move these couple things out of the way for you so you can see. And there it is. So, do you have a preference? Do you like this? Would you make this card? I think it is really fun. I do really like the vellum, but I felt like the vellum just wasn't enough, if that makes sense. So I like the white a little bit better. But really cool card. And I like the coral, but now I'm looking at it, I kind of like the darker color as well. It's just as pretty. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope you have learned something new. Maybe you're going to try a new technique. Try layering these waves. They're really cool. This, I'm fairly certain, is an online exclusive. I'm hoping it's still there. Sometimes things disappear so quickly, you really never know what is or isn't there. I feel like that, especially as a demonstrator, I can't always keep up with what we do or don't have. So maybe you have this already, so you're just going to make it. Maybe you're going to order it. There's a lot of stuff that's apparently was added to the clearance rack, so make sure you check that out as well. Thank you so much for watching. I would love to hear what you think about this card or this bundle. And if you haven't already, I would love for you to like, subscribe, follow, and share. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing day.